they'll do the rest. The Lakers taking on the Clippers tonight, and it's Kawhi's squad who are 3-point favorites. That, according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. Both teams 41 and 38. The Clippers, though, currently at least have the tiebreaker and the number 6 seed, which, of course, one spot above being in that play-in tournament. Shannon, how important is tonight's game?
It's important for both clubs. Both clubs, as you mentioned, Jen, is 41 and 38, but the Clippers are well-rested, Skip. They haven't played since Saturday, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night. So, man, that's a lot of rest for an NBA team, Skip.
And by the way, then they don't play again until next Saturday.
They play Saturday, yeah.
Yeah. So this is an easy closing week for them.
It is. The Lakers are playing back-to-back.
Yeah.
4 games in 6 days, 6 nights. Mm-hmm. That's what they're up against. Lakers had 5 extra minutes on their leg they didn't need.
No.
LeBron James is the first time he's played north of 32 minutes since he returned. Anthony Davis hadn't played back-to-back in a very long time. It's his first time playing north of 40 minutes since he came back from that 20 to missing those 20 games. So, look, there's a lot on the line for both teams. Both teams are the Clippers are well rested. But I think kind of like Philly. Bro, we tired of Philly said, we tired of Boston, y'all beating us this year. We about to get a game.
You got that.
Hopefully the Lakers can summon it up.
Yeah.
But I don't, Skip, for LeBron to play the kind of minutes that he played, AD played north, something just tells me one or both of these guys are not going to play tonight. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because I want to see them in the start. I want to see them play.
Yeah.
And I want some get back. But I don't know. This is a very important game. We really need that 6. We need that 6 spot. We need that.
You badly need the 6th spot because LeBron James has played 20 years of basketball at age 38. You need that up to a week off that you would win and earn if you finish in the 6th seed out of the play-in, like above the play-in tournament. Shannon, it is incomprehensible to me. I didn't realize it until early this morning when I reminded myself, because one of these stories reminded me, the Clippers have beaten the Lakers 10 times in a row? 10 times? Ty Lue's comment was, I don't know why we've been so good against the Lakers, but tomorrow will be different. Mm-hmm. Well, it should be different because now you got some stakes on the table here, right?
Right.
And Zubac, remember, once upon a time, he was a Laker.
He was.
And I love Magic, but Magic pretty much just gave him away to the Clippers, and that was a bad idea because he's pretty good. I'm not saying he's a life changer, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, he plays hard every night. You know what you're going to get from him. You're going to get 6 to 8 points, probably somewhere around 8 rebounds a night. He's going to play good. He's going to play hard defense.
Yeah, he knows how to play. He's not the greatest, but he is 7 feet tall and he's long.
And he and LeBron had a great Skip. They had a great rapport on the court.
I got it. I'm still shocked by that. So Zubac said yesterday, we never got to play them in any kind of playoff series that the fans and everyone expected us to, because I think he's thinking of the bubble, because everybody saw them as on a collision course until the Clippers collided with Denver, up 3-1. So he's saying this game is as close as it gets to a playoff game that we've had yet. And he says, I think this is the most important game that I've been in with the Lakers and Clippers. Well, duh. It's like by far, of all those 10, I can't remember one of them. I can't.
That Sunday game?
But I remember a Paul George game when he just went crazy in the second half.
Oh, that was opening day. That might have been opening night of this year.
Was it 2 years ago or this year?
It might have been this year.
It all runs together to me. But there was the Christmas Day game.
Yeah.
Okay. There's history between them, but the rivalry is still one-sided because the Clippers just hate the Lakers, and the Clippers are going to do everything in their power to beat the Lakers and derail your season tonight and end your momentum tonight, which brings me to the centerpiece of the game tonight, which is a national game on ESPN. It's, believe it or not, Russell Westbrook. I am still shell-shocked that somehow Rob Pelinka got out from under Russell Westbrook. That's the move of the year to me. That's your magic move. That he got Utah to take Russ off your hands for the first of those 2 draft picks.
Right.
The one, I think it's protected.
It's top 5 protected, I think.
Okay, top 5 protected. And Utah says, okay, we'll do it. Not for the 2 picks. You can keep the last one, the 27 one. Mm-hmm. But we're going to buy out Russ, which they did, and we're going to just let him hit the market. And in the next shock to me, the Clippers jump all over it because they hate the Lakers. They want to show the Lakers, we can do something that you failed to do. Clearly, LeBron wanted Russ, and I still, of all the things LeBron has ever done, highest IQ in basketball, I still don't get it. AD was right there with him. They were campaigning for Russell Westbrook. Why the awe over Russ? I never was a fan of Russ when he played with Kevin Durant in Oklahoma City. Help me out. Is it because he averaged a triple-double 4 out of 5 years? That's off the charts. I never thought I'd see 1 year since Oscar Robertson, obviously. But he did it 4 out of 5, and it got him where? Well, how did it impact the scoreboard, the win-loss record? It just doesn't. In fact, I think it impacts it negatively because he's a solo act of a stat machine, and he's going to get his, but you're going to get yours right between the eyes because you're going to lose. So what's their record with Russ so far? It's 8-10.
Right.
Well, that's not great.
No.
Right?
No.
8-10. But tonight.
So this notion, Skip, that they found a way to get so much out of Russ than what the Lakers could. How? I thought the objective was to win. So what? I mean, if you want to say statistically he's playing better, but at the end of the day,
he is, but
he's 8-10.
8-10. That's all you need to know. Isn't that all that really matters?
I was thinking, but if you want a narrative to say Russ is not washed up. No, I didn't. Nobody said Russ is washed up. They said Russ is not the same player that he once was. He had that great game because no Kawhi, no Paul George. Now you allow him to go back and play like he played in OKC. You allow him to play like he played in Washington when Bradley Beal gets out. So now he's going to have the ball, and I get to take as many shots as I want, and I can do what I do. Or he can do that. But are you going to win a championship like that? No.
No. And I immediately first guessed this. When Paul George went down and he's going to be reevaluated, they said next Monday. I don't know what's going to happen. But all of a sudden, it was Kawhi and Russ. And to your point, on one night, it was no Kawhi and only Russ. Well, whatever Russ is doing now without Paul George, to me, is classic fool's gold for the Clippers because you're going to get fooled because he is now empowered to be the co-star. He is now full of himself because he's still in L.A., he's still playing at that building, even though they're the team in the basement, as you call them. But right now, they're rising up out of the basement because they're a tiebreaker ahead of you in the sixth spot. But that's all. So all of a sudden, Russell Westbrook is going to say, I'm going to show you because my dream come true was to play for the team I grew up loving in L.A., the Lakers. And, man, it was a nightmare come true because it was hard on him. And he was the worst three-point shooter in basketball, and he was one of the worst free throw shooters. And for much of the year last year, he led the league in turnovers, and he's still leading the league in turnovers per 36 minutes this year.
Skip, even the most ardent, staunchest Russell Westbrook supporter will say his tenure with the Lakers was a failure. No matter what you think of the Lakers, no matter what you think of anything else, even the staunchest of Russell's fans will say it was an epic failure with the Lakers. There's no other way around it. We're not saying whose fault it was. We don't care. But it was not deemed successful.
It was not. They missed the playoffs last year. They weren't even in the play-in.
And then he got traded. So how can you say a guy that comes in, as heralded as he is, he's a top 75 player in the history of the NBA. He's paired along LeBron and AD. You miss the playoffs, and then he gets traded the following season. And how can you deem that anything other than an epic failure? Now, I don't believe it was the failure that what KD and Kyrie was in Brooklyn.
No.
But it was a failure. There's no other way around it.
Or we're going to talk about Luka and Kyrie, which is failing right before your very eyes.
Failing and flailing.
Yes. Kyrie, common denominator. We'll talk about that. The point is, Russ is going to be possessed tonight to show you how wrong you were. And he's going to be rocking the baby. He's going to be a little over the edge all night long. And it could contribute or attributes to some 5, 6, 7 turnovers. But it's going to be very interesting if LeBron does play because they're going to be matched up some. You know it, and I know it. And How will Russ react to that? Will it get chippy and dicey? It might.
Right.
Because that's just the way he's going to play a game like this.
Well, maybe they'll do him like you, Skip. You remember when they played the Warriors and Draymond Green was inside the free throw line, and he kind of like what Caitlin Clark did to the girl from South Carolina.
No,
man, ain't nobody paying no attention to you, man. You ain't finna do nothing out here.
That is correct. Okay, that's how. You know what? That is how Golden State played him, and I think it's pretty successful.
Yeah.
I think you could see some of that going on tonight, but the shock of shocks to me is that without Paul George, the odds makers are saying the Clippers are 3-point favorites.
Told you.
But I guess these lines, I tell you before I see them, I thought it would be a pick'em game at worst. I thought even the Lakers might be favored by 1 or 2. The Clippers say the odds makers are 3 points better. I don't get that. I don't see that. Unless they are guessing, anticipating.
One or the other.
Yeah. If that's the case, then you got me.
Right.
But I'm not anticipating that. I think your better judgment is saying that's what should happen. Neither of them should risk playing tonight. If that happens, you got me. Game over.
Right.
They'll just move on, and then it'll be KD versus LeBron, NAD, on Friday night.
But you got to think about it, Skip. We hadn't seen that since when's the last time they faced off against each other? Because one of them's been hurt every time.
Since 2018,
yeah,
right?
So you go back to Skip. You go back to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
KD was hurt or LeBron was hurt.
Yep. True. Well, I can't remember a more intriguing last week of the season, especially in the Western Conference, than this one starting tonight. Doesn't get much better than this.
True.
Ooh.
It is such a traffic jam and also race to the finish for basketball fans to watch. Hey, guys, speaking of watching, we've been on quarterback watch with a few signal callers already. Should we add Mac Jones to the list? Are the Patriots looking to move on from him this offseason? I got to get your take. Coming up next right here on FS1.